Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Yahya Nadeem, and today I am going to explore about the Russian Empire. Firstly, in this topic, I'm going to explore about what was the Russian Empire and who was Peter the Great. Secondly, I am going to discover about what was the Russo-Turco War in 1768. Thirdly, I am going to explore about that what was the reason of the Russian Empire declining and until the First World War and what happened after Peter the Great. Firstly, we're going to talk about Peter the Great. Who was Peter the Great? Peter the Great was the son of Alexius the First of Russia, and he was the one of the most magnificent Tsar of Russia at that time. The Russian Empire was widely expanding across the global planet. Therefore, European civilization had more courage to expand throughout the Western world like England, France, Germany, America, and also Europe, the whole European Union. At that time, many consequences were started between Britain and America. And America and France were both fighting for the independence war, and while Britain had more colonized in America, and therefore by 1776 the colonization of America was colonized as the independence of America. And Peter the Great was born in 1672. In 1672, Peter the Great was born, and he was only 10 years old in 1682 when his father, Alexius the First, had died. Due to that, his stepbrother or half-brother Ivan the Fifth had become king, but due to that they shared their own opinion with the throne. But not until 1696 Peter the Great had become king at the age of 16 to 17 years old. Now what did Peter the Great did when he was a king? Peter the Great first of all attacked with the Ottomans. The Ottomans' Caliphate was quite very weak in the 18th century. So the Ottoman Empire used to courage in wars and they established Syria, Egypt, Saudi, etc. So all of us know that the Ottoman Empire was also quite a strong and powerful during that time. So, during that Russo-Turko War, many collapse between the Ottoman Empire and the Russian Empire had emerged. America was getting independence, Britain was establishing colonization, India was not very well in ruling. So, India was not there first of all. The European Union and Russia and America were fighting for each other to fight against the war. So, while around 20 years to 25 years, the war was succeeded until the 18th century had finished, not until the 19th century has established. So, Peter the Great had also civilized much of Russia. He conquered many places of Russia. He also developed Russia. The St. Petersburg was also developed by Russia by Peter the Great, who was the first magnificent ruler of Russia, the Tsar of Russia. So other than that, not only the St. Petersburg, even many cathedral churches were built from Peter the Great, and therefore after Peter the Great, many people had also remembered him until today. He is a very magnificent ruler of Russia. So, what happened before Peter the Great? Before Peter the Great, Fedor the Third was the ruler of Russia at that time, not until the 17th century, the later 17th century. Until that time, after Fedor the Third, Peter the Great became king. But after Peter the Great, his stepsister became queen, Catherine of Russia. So later on, when Peter Great became king at that time, so he had focused on the plan of Russia conquering and establishing much more. When King Louis XIV has also had an alliance with him, also England as well. So yeah, this was the rule at the time of Peter the Great. So we will talk about later about Peter the Great. What happened after during the Russia-Turkey War. Now the Russia-Turkey War. The Russia-Turkey War was first started in 1568, but in the time of Peter the Great, the Russia-Turkey War had emerged and many conflicts had risen between that guy. So he had to fight against the Ottomans and the Muslim Caliphate rulers. So at that time, Sultan Salim III was the ruler of the Ottoman Empire, and Sultan Salim III had major concurrence between the Russian Empire and the British Empire. So then that during the time of the Khilafat Osmani Sultanate, when it came to an end nearly by 1821, so Britain and France and Germany and Austria, Hungary, nearly all around the world except for China and Japan were attacking the Ottoman Empire to come to an end. So the Russians had won victoriously by the Ottomans, and there were around more than 20,000 troops while attacking the forces of Russia. Now, for the next part, we'll talk about what happened after Peter the Great. Now, when Peter the Great died in 1775, in 1776 the Great died. So Peter the Great was basically in 1782. In 1775 to 1782, Peter the Great died. So when he died, his sister became Queen Catherine of Russia. Catherine of Russia was also like Peter the Great, which is similarity. So Catherine the Great had also established much of Russia. She built more concrete. She built more developed Russia a lot. So while until 1917, after the First World War, the Russian Revolution started. So in that particular day, from 1703 to 1917, Russia had gained a lot of development at that time, and they put the strategy upwards towards the top of prioritizing their own nation. So, however, during the 18th and the 20th century, during that time, Russia was very powerful at that time. They were getting independence. They were getting more fortunate people around there. So, due to this effect, even St. Petersburg was built by Peter the Great, and therefore there are many historical places of Russia like the St. Paul, the St. Paul, and Peter, St. Paul and Peter Church. And in that church, many kings and queen monarchs had been buried there, like Catherine the First of Russia, or Peter the Great, or Paul First of Russia, who ruled after Catherine the Great. Okay, so about that we will talk about later. But in that time, and Peter the Great was quite a majestic ruler, and also the Stuarts had invited him to go to England and focus on that particular culture, to civilize their Western culture and adopt the dominion above the Western culture in France and Germany. All around Europe was Peter the Great invaded, and he wanted to emphasize about the growth of his sovereign nation. This was the story of the Russian Empire, and soon the Russian Empire had established not in 1917, but after 1917 to 1989, the Russian Empire became the Soviet Union after World War One. So the Soviet Union also collapsed in 1987, and it is becoming as Russia as a country today. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you. Bye.